Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Memes of the Week. The best thing you can do for this channel is smash the like button the way that female high school teachers smash their students, so this video reaches a wider audience. And now on with the memes. Number one, this woman has the best father because he not only helps her set up her movies, but he also helps film them and even edit them. This is another level simp right here, making adult corn of his daughter. Just look at how proud he is that he doesn't even show his face. He probably just wants to help her become financially successful so that she finally moves out, because he can't stand dozens of strange men coming over at all hours of the night banging his daughter. He doesn't want to see it either anymore. Either that or this is just staged for clickbait. Moving on in 1140, a German king captured a castle and told the women there that they could leave with whatever they could carry on their backs. The women carried their men and the king kept his word and let the men live. I don't know if this is true or not, but I know that today the only thing that those women would be leaving with are designer handbags, smartphones, and their cats. If, on the other hand, those women left their husbands to die, they would complain about being oppressed throughout history. Number 3, Zoomers will never understand that our B-movies used to be amazing, with Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey teaming up to fight dragons. Our mediocre and even bad films were great by today's standards. Also, don't forget that Gerard Butler was the sidekick in Reign of Fire. Here's another great film, Event Horizon. I remember watching this in Toronto at the Uptown Theatre. It was the only movie theater at the time with stadium seating. Up next, in the UK, schools are now going to run anti-misogyny classes for boys in a bid to tackle toxic masculinity. Boys will learn how to navigate their emotions and how they can go out and tackle the spread of sexist content online. Looks like they want to recruit young, vulnerable males to fight against masculinity and prevent them from taking part in the manosphere. Ironically, the schools have probably never heard of the Streisand effect before. The more they make young guys aware of the red pill, the more guys will adopt it. Number 5, someone says that even the hate against astrology is rooted in misogyny. But what I really want to know is why women love their astrology so much. Is it because whatever happens is because of the alignment of the stars, and therefore women don't have to take accountability for it? As far as I'm concerned, astrology is all about wishful thinking instead of facts. The woman who made this, I'm wondering why her astrology chart didn't tell her to avoid making terrible memes. Moving on, here's the guy that a woman got pregnant with on the left, and the guy on the right is the one she expects to raise Tyrone's baby. One makes her naughty bits tingle, and the other one provides the safety and security that she is biologically programmed to seek out. Also, the chat on the right, he's probably just going to ghost her after smashing her, because even his house has a helicopter blade on top of it for a fast getaway. It's all about dual mating strategies. Number 7, here's something that only happens in Canada. 7 young and friendly Indian men all living in a house together are looking for a single white female to be roommates with. You know, the only thing that'll happen in that household will probably rhyme with grape. Either that or they'll simply drill holes in the bathroom and bedroom so they can film her, because that'll probably be the only way they've ever seen white bobs and vagine before. Even the more unattractive white liberal women won't move into that house. Up next, jobless women are increasingly selling nudes on Lonely Fools as they struggle to pay their bills. This one says subscribe to her page so as a man you can talk to somebody. One of the people she's talking to asks her back, why would I actually want to talk to a woman? I hope more guys realize that they can get trillions of results. This is the peak of Lonely Fools. Soon, on average, they'll be making $50 to $100 a month on that platform. Number 9, 4 police officers from the same sheriff's department have all ended themselves in the last 6 weeks. Odds are they discovered a child trafficking ring on the border, run by the elites, and Bill Gates sent his personal henchmen to make it all look like it was a series of accidents or self-deletions. And the only thing the media seems to be able to say about this is that there's a need for more mental health awareness. I'm sure they don't want to investigate and end up offing themselves too. Moving on, is this what Western Europe used to look like? This is Buenos Aires, Argentina today. All the young people look sexy enough to be in the original Starship Troopers film. But I better stop posting this, because then the Jeets and the Mohammeds, when they see this, will think it's the perfect place for future enrichment. Argentina is roughly 50 to 60% white, but there are minority groups out there that are trying to ruin it. I hear that even 2 kids from Mr. Mustache still live down there. Number 11, meet Iceland's Minister for Children, and she admits to having a baby with a 16-year-old boy. The red pill is spreading, and this is proof that women have to go for men that are younger and younger and don't have any experience dealing with women. But I don't know how you could even impregnate a fupa. You might wonder what kind of 16-year-old would find this attractive. But she was 22 and he was 16, which was the legal age of consent. Then again, maybe the options in Iceland are this slim, even though she isn't. Up next, this woman says that she can name 40 genuinely pretty girls at her school, while there are only 6 attractive males. But how about we ban makeup and watch that ratio go from 6 to 1 to 1 to 1? Besides, most girls will say that fugly girls are pretty as well because it's good for their self-esteem. So they won't work on themselves because they don't want more competition for one of those 6 guys. This woman's odds of getting a chat are already pretty bad. She has to do whatever she can to stack them back in her favor. Number 13, woke leftist women seem perfectly fine with alphabet people indoctrinating young kids. But when a 30-year-old man gets together with a 20-year-old woman, they call him a PDF file. Because older women hate younger competition for what few men are out there. You're not weird dating a 20-year-old when you're 30, especially when you're financially successful or super good looking. As for pride parades, children definitely shouldn't go to them. Moving on, this woman was blamed for Elliot Rodger hating women, and yet she doesn't even remember him. If you're not a Chad, then they won't remember you, even if you tried to end a bunch of girls at a sorority house. Remember, guys, you don't even exist without being attractive enough. Their brain doesn't register you. For Elliot, when Talia rejected him in front of the school, it was the most important day of his life. But for her, it was just Tuesday. Number 15, the original Snow White was inspired by Hedy Lamarr, often considered the most beautiful woman in the world at the time. Today she would be considered an average e-girl. Meanwhile, the live-action remake that took almost 100 years to create made Snow White look like E.T. in a dress. If Disney tried pulling what they did today for Snow White back then, they would have gone broke. What a downgrade getting this pumpkin instead. Up next, so it begins. Taxpayers are now being told that they should pay $300K for uterus transplants to help trans women get pregnant according to the American Medical Association. If trans women keep all of their old sperm, then in theory they could get themselves pregnant. We all expected to have artificial wombs by now. Instead, I think this is part of women's last gasp to try and control men, to make sure that we have to carry the kids while they administer Soy-Side. Number 17, Tatiana says that male firefighters make $47,000 a year on average, while female receptionists make only $36,000. And she says, do you still think that the gender pay gap is a myth? Imagine how dumb you have to be to compare these two types of jobs. Obviously, firefighters should be paid more, unless they're the ones that let Los Angeles burn to the ground. Tatiana is a troll in a parody count, but she's still an effective one. Moving on, why is it increasingly that the average looks max couple these days looks like this? The simp on the right goes by the name of Mr. Canada, which sounds about right. There's probably more dignity these days being an incel than settling for a fat, unattractive Indian woman. And why is her makeup so bad? It would be a lot nicer if her face matched her neck. Remember that your average ethnic woman is a bigger white supremacist than anybody else. Number 19, this woman says that guys will pay $10 for a Call of Duty skin, but they think that paying for OnlyFans is ridiculous. Of course it is. Corn is virtually free at this point. Just visit a tube site on your phone, and you can almost get anything for free if you know where to search for it. Also, God forbid that guys spend their money on their own hobbies instead of whores. Women are desperate for money and want to shame guys if they don't support their debauchery. Up next, if you want to know why dating is so hard for men, then look at this. The top 5% of men get 90% of the attention. This is how civilization ends when humans don't reproduce in sufficient numbers. There is no gym for your face or your height. If you want to understand dating, then this is it in a nutshell. They're just holding out for the same guy. But if they don't get him, a lot of them have a plan B, which is to have kids with a divorce for cash and prizes. Number 21, this thrumple wonders how you could actually tell that they were polyamorous. But it's always the ugly fat people that use the term poly. Also, just looking at this, I can smell it through the screen. The one on the right, Jack Black, is that you? Either that or a hybrid of Jack Black and Ron Jeremy. And you just know that their kitchen never gets cleaned and is covered in roaches. Moving on, this is why Americans shouldn't want Canada to join the Union. Because more than half our boomers want a liberal government again. The same government that Trudeau was part of. Hopefully by the time I release this, the election is over and the Conservatives have won. I'm also not surprised because the elders think it's the same old political party from 25 years ago. They don't realize that it's become a socialist one now. The youth better get out there and vote for Pierre Poilievre. Number 23, this just proves that modern women's entitlements will be the downfall of society. This one says that she wants all the perks of maternity leave without having any kids. I want a handicap parking sticker without the wheelchair. I respect her to some extent because at least she's being honest about her demands. She also looks like she eats as much as a pregnant woman, so she could easily pass for one. And I bet she wants a man's taxes to pay for her leave of absence. Up next, I think this is the first time I've ever laughed at a left-wing meme. JD Vance looks super attentive here. The question to ask is, why does Trump paint himself orange or gold? As far as I can tell, Trump doesn't look very healthy without his trademark gold bronzer makeup. Also, here are a few more. It looks like the left is starting to get good at this. Then again, it's probably just a fluke. Ask them to make something without AI, and I bet you that they can't do it. Number 25 and the last one, what the hell happened to Christina Aguilera? Looks to me like she found the fat empowerment movement. Also looks like she found donuts, lots of donuts. The wall is also inevitable, and when you pull the pin on the fat grenade, this is what happens. I know how much you guys love clickbait, and the actual recent photo is the one on the left. I think she lost the weight naturally because it doesn't look like she has a Zempic face yet. So that's it for another Memes of the Week. Please give this video a like to push it up in the algorithm, and so new viewers can find it. If you enjoy this series and want me to keep making it, then donate at the PayPal and Subscribe Star links below. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day, and cheers.